Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of your favorite Ravens podcast on YouTube channel. Talking Ravens all day, every day with your host, Justin P., my co-host, AJ Henson, our very, very special guest, Hindu, Ravens, online ungatekeepers with the parentheses. Got back on, go subscribe to his channel. And the lovely Miss Shannon Fitz, she's back here to join us, with our nice Ravens Christmas hat on. Our episode 21 for the YouTube channel and for the audio podcast is season one, episode 24. All the links are in the description, so I'm not gonna get to that. Y'all can just look it right there. All right, everybody, we're gonna get started. We're going as we start off every show now. We're gonna start off with the grade of the coaching. So Shannon, I'm going to let you first, and Hindu we'll go counterclockwise. So we got the floor, Shannon.
Coaching, I would give them a C plus. And I say C plus because thinking about the fact that we was coming into the game with a backup quarterback. During the game, your backup quarterback goes down. So a guy that you literally just put off the street came in and was able to still basically run the offense the same way you've run it. I'm not giving them a higher grade because I still feel like it was a lot of questionable calls, offensively particularly. But I think defensively they had a good game plan for the most part. But overall, yeah, I'll give them a C plus.
Okay, fair. Go ahead, Hindu.
I'm gonna give him a D. First and foremost, I'm gonna give him a D for the only reason if you have a backup quarterback in there, why are you running him into the heart of the defense? And I was on Coach Evans' stream, shout out to him, and he was like, "Yo, stop running Huntley before you get him hurt."
I said the same.
2 plays later, he got hurt. Second of all, I've been a little hard on Mike Macdonald. Some warranted, some not. But for me personally, I think it was more of not the coaching aspect on our end, but the fact that the Steelers had Matt Canada as their offensive coordinator. You clearly saw that George Pickens couldn't be stopped, and they threw to him 0 times after that third catch that he had. So I think it was more the ineptitude of the Steelers than it was for the Baltimore Ravens. I just don't think that we really had a plan. Anthony Brown came in. I give Roman credit. That was a gutsy call in the end zone, have him throw out of it. But I think he just literally maintained the game because nothing really happened after he really came in. So I don't think they did anything special.
Okay, me personally, I'll give him a B. Reason being, because like you said, you down in your last 2 quarterbacks. I didn't like the quarterback draws either. I don't even like when Lamar, because like I said, all it takes is one hit and that's it. We've been seeing it with RG3, Steve Young, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But once Huntley went down, like Anthony Brown, he did what he just didn't screw it up. With limited snap, he didn't even know he was going to address. So he just didn't screw it up. Like you said, he made a gutsy call for it, and one for it on 4th down. Then the call to Gus to seal the game. So I give him a B, all things considered. Because Mike Macdonald, defensively, they did pretty good besides the 2 touchdowns they gave up. Offense just busted, kind of smaller than that. So, he owned it and wore it on the shoulder. And, I'm pretty sure he's going to play better going forward. And the special teams is on point of view with Justin Tucker's our MVP. So I'll give him a B, despite the circumstances, losing a quarterback back weeks. Go ahead, AJ.
Man, I'm gonna give him a D. The reason I'm gonna give him a D is because take the points. I'm just gonna go ahead and say that you got Justin Tucker. Take the points. You want to, as long as you keep scoring, the other team got to play catch up. Hey, number 2, Patrick Ricard is my boy. If it's a yard, give it to Ricard. Why you keep trying to do fake jet sweeps and runs and all of that? Like the quickest way to get the yard, which is 36 inches, is straight up the middle. You know what I'm saying? Just go ahead and get it. I didn't like the play. It was a fumble. It was just sorry. Then you get Huntley hurt. That's play calling. You know what I'm saying? And to me, this is just me. At some point, players got to just speak up and say, "I'm not doing that, man," because you wouldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't put yourself out there to run head on and do all of that because you'll get yourself hurt. So I feel like they got to speak up on that. You know what I'm saying? And address that. But defensively, I feel like we played a solid game. Humphrey did let up some passes, but like somebody made an interesting comment. I mean, who was he practicing, against the practice at wide receiver? I mean, iron sharpen iron. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, we did have seen, Humphrey get beat on the deep passes sometimes, but I feel like on two of them, the safety, one of them was Chuck Clark, and it looked like he was just lost again. I feel like he didn't get over there because on that interception, Williams came over there, and that's what caused the pick. And then the other one, I forgot who even the safety was in there. I can't remember who it was, but I was like, "What are you doing?" Humphrey kind of thought he had their help, and that's what gave it up. But ultimately, I feel like the D line played solid. Linebackers, they played solid. Um, so I can't, say too much, but just the quarterback situation, Huntley getting hurt. And one thing I will say about Brown coming in the game, he will take shots down the field. He tried to take one shot down the field. He will throw the ball deep, but offensively, to me, nothing really changed. I mean, it don't matter who the quarterback is. As you can see, we throw to the right side of the field. Plays go to the right side or the middle. The routes are the same pretty much. So, then the run game was clicking, but that's because the offensive line was just dominating. And shout out to Tristan Cologne and Ben Cleveland. Ben Cleveland, man, I seen him push like three dudes on one run, man. I don't know what happened, but he pushed like three dudes on one run, man. I was like, man, why is he not starting again? I was like, but in pass protection, he looked a little lazy. But other than that, I give him a D, man, because to me, the performance still wasn't good. This should have been a game that was just out of reach, and we was letting them come back in there.
Thank you. All right. Now we're gonna go to the play of the quarterback. Shannon, go ahead. Start first.
I'll give the quarterbacks a B plus. They really didn't do anything that was like wow, like we all said that the offense really still looked the same. But the fact that they were both, both backups, one coming off the street, they didn't do anything to cost us the game. So that's why I'll give them a B because they basically they did enough. They did what they needed to do for us to win. Yeah, I'll give them that.
Okay, Hendo, go ahead.
Quarterbacks, I'll give them a B. They didn't mess the game up. They threw for 104 yards combined. I mean, I guess they did what was asked of them, so I give them a B.
All right, Cam, you just out there with grading the quarterbacks.
Yeah, I give them the same thing. They didn't do anything to lose this game. They managed the game well. Nothing spectacular. When Huntley to be a little bit smarter, running the ball, get down, but Fitz, try to take your life.
So you give him a B too. I give him a B as well. All things considered, being thrown in there like that, everything managed the game. Like I say, numbers didn't flash for the fantasy football lovers. I'm one of them, but he did enough to keep us afloat when we got the dub. I'm not too long with that, so I'll give the quarterback a B. Go ahead, AJ.
Yeah, I give them a B. I mean, they just came in, did what they was told. You know what I'm saying? It's just like I said, I didn't particularly feel like the play caller for Roman, which got Huntley hurt, but you know, um, they was just doing their job. It's like soldiers, man. They was just doing what they was told. So I give them a B.
Okay, cool. All right, running backs. All right, go ahead, Shannon.
Running backs, I give them an A plus. I feel like the run game, the running backs, particularly Dobbins, came in and did what he needed to do. He showed us why he's missed, why he's been missed. I was kind of wondering where Gus was, throughout the game. But as the game was going on, they did mention something like I don't know if I heard this during the game or on the radio Monday, but they were saying that to us, Gus is like our closer, and that's why we saw him later in the game to basically just like take us home. I'm not against that aspect of it either, but no complaints about the running backs. They did the thing.
Go ahead, Hendo.
I give him an A. Like you said, Dobbins coming off injury. We didn't really expect him to play, and he was out there balling. 15 carries, 120 yards, touchdown. Gus came in, sledgehammered it for 66 yards. I would have gave him an A plus, but Kenyon Drake just messed up the rest of his season because John Harbaugh about to throw him in that doghouse, and it's a rat. It's a rat for him. That fumble.
You hate them. You hate them.
Yeah.
So what you give him a B plus?
I gave him an A. They would have got an A plus, but
Okay.
we're not gonna see Kenyon Drake no more the rest of this year.
My only thing for like Kang, I think when it comes to him, Harbaugh will give him a little leeway because he do a lot in the passing game. I think he'll give him a little leeway. Probably, that's just me. Go ahead, Cam.
No, I'll give him an A. I don't think he in the doghouse yet.
Yeah.
I don't know who made the play, but that was definitely a good play by the linebacker when he tried to punch the ball out. You know what I mean? You just got to be a little bit more cautious. But, I give him an A, man.
I give him an A plus. Cause like I said, they the reason why we won the game. Like, because JK, like I said, he bust one. He could have took it to the house. We know if he was healthy, he would have housed it. Gus did what he needed to do. He got the tough, physical, grinded out yards. Drake, although he found we still got us some good yards. He grinded out. So like I said, and much like I say, they the reason why we won the game. A plus for me. Go ahead, AJ.
Yeah, I give him an A. JK, man, he looked good, man. He just, he still can't. That he would have took it to the house. He just, as you can see, he really still can't plant that leg to cut. Like he couldn't cut. He tried to throw Minka, but he couldn't really throw him. So he really can't plant that leg to try to cut or juke. So he, as you can see, it looked like it stiffened up on him, and he was just trying to beat him on the straightaway. But I give him an A, man. Of course, Gus brought it home. He got us that first down we needed to close it out. Drake fumbled. The defense, they just made a good play on the ball. You know what I'm saying? It happened, but I'm going to give him an A.
Okay. All right. Wide receivers and tight ends. Now it's going to get ugly. Go ahead, Sam. Go ahead.
I guess
I'm thinking.
Because I'm thinking. Because I mean, the thing about it is, we really didn't. We didn't throw a lot. Like, I mean, it wasn't a lot for me to, it's not a lot for me to judge them on. I would give them a C minus. And I say that because we weren't throwing it so frequently. I just wish that people could make more of their opportunities when they got it. But like when the backup quarterback came in, he came in and he didn't have to. What he went like 3 for 5 or something like that. I think Huntley was like 8 for 8, something like that.
12, 11, something like that.
Yeah. So it's like they were okay. They did what they needed to do. We could have had a lot more, but we really didn't use them in this game. We stuck to the run game, which is something I've been saying that we should do. Place up towards our strength to open up everything else. So I'll give them about a C minus.
Okay, go ahead, Henry.
They get an incomplete. It just wasn't.
Don't be stealing my glory, yo.
I'm sorry, bro. It just wasn't enough sample size. Oh, you know what? Okay, so if that's gonna be your glory, yeah, I'm gonna give him a C minus as well. I mean, we really didn't have 104 yards. It's not enough. I mean, DeMarcus Robinson, he had his 5 catches, 52 yards. I give him that. But we have this all-world tight end that had 1 catch for 17 yards. This was supposed to be the game that he was supposed to say, you know what? I'm one of the stars of the team. Let me step up. But he did not. And I don't know where that other guy was. All world likely. I didn't see him on. Did he play?
No,
I'm being serious.
I don't really
I remember saying I'm out there though.
He played.
Okay.
He's out. Hendo got jokes on.
I'm sorry. I'm dead ass. I did not see him on the field.
Nah, I feel them, but go ahead, Henry. Go ahead, finish.
Nah, I mean C minus, but we really don't have enough sample size to actually grade them because we didn't throw the ball a lot.
Right.
That's true. Go ahead, Cam.
I was gonna give him an incomplete because of what Hendo was saying, but at the same time,
Excuse me.
Bless you.
Thank you.
I'm blaming part of it on Tyler Huntley because he's everything that you said, like 1-2, and then he out the gate. It was one play, the one that he I think he just took off, or he threw it out of bounds. Mark Andrews was wide open, bro, and he didn't look that way at all. He just took to the right, and first of all, I don't even understand how Pittsburgh forgot about him. He's like he could have walked into the end zone from the 10-yard line. That's how far everybody was from him.
Right.
So I mean, I don't know. I know I saw Lamar over there talking to him. So hopefully he was telling him, like, trying to help him out, which I'm sure he was. But I'm gonna give him an incomplete because really, like Hendo was saying, we didn't see nothing. It's not enough to grade them. I mean, they did what they were asked to do, but at the same time, if the quarterback is not getting them the ball, this is like the 2000 Ravens, brother. like Delphi was back there. All we had was Jamal Lewis. We just had 2 of them.
Me, C plus, because like I said, the situation like going from 2 quarters, then the play calling didn't help either. Marcus Robinson, he had a pretty okay game, 5 catches, 52 yards. So, like I said, he made the most of his catches. So, Andrews only had 2 catches, 17 yards. I'm guessing like that played a part of it too. And plus, he never really had big games with Pittsburgh for some obvious. But I give him a C plus. Like I said, it was enough. It got the job done. So, go ahead, AJ.
I really can't give him a grade. Reason being is because I mean we really ain't used the wide receivers. And then I look at chemistry and all that too. Like chemistry, throwing the ball, all of that plays a factor in there. But we really ain't using them. You know what I'm saying? And you got guys who come in. Like we all been talking about 1 or 2 plays, then you take them off the field. So I really can't give them a grade. Were they out there? Did they make some catches that help sustain the drive? Yes. But the running game is what really kept us alive. So I really don't have a grade for them. You know what I mean? It's just they was just there. And I blame that on, of course, play calling and coaching.
All right, now the offensive line. I'm pretty sure everybody will have a good grade right here. Go ahead, Shannon.
The offensive line gets an A plus. Like I said, look, we've been saying for the past couple of weeks on the show, our strength is running the ball, and I feel like on Sunday they imposed their will on the Steelers, who has a pretty good defensive front themselves. Even when they knew we were going to run the ball, we still ran the ball and we were able to do it successfully. So yeah, they definitely get an A.
I agree. Go ahead, Hendo.
No, you taught me into giving him a good grade. I'm gonna give him a B. I give him a B. Listen, TCC, Ben Cleveland, they came out of nowhere and actually they played very well. But my biggest thing is I have yet to see them all season run block well and pass block well in the same game. That's why I'm hard on them because I need them just give me one game where you can do both well. Run game, phenomenal. That pass block was a little shaky though. So, but I give him a B.
Go ahead,
Endo told you, he said, "Yo, he don't like my kids." So
I treat him like my kid. Like I'm a hard grader, bro.
I expect more.
That's what I expect. That's why my kids don't like me.
Oh my. Even circumstances, I give him an A plus, man. Especially with TCC coming out there in Cleveland. He showed why he was a 3rd round pick. His run blocking is, man. I know. I mean, obviously, I don't think Ben Powers is gonna get re-signed. And I see him on that left side. He's gonna do his numbers. So I'm happy he was in there because I am a fan of him. I don't know. It's hard to grade the say that they did bad on the pass blocking. What they gave her 2 sacks?
2.
The only reason I'm saying it's hard is because T is not waiting, man. He's not. I know a lot of times people complain because Lamar wait too long, but T ain't really waiting at all. Allen ain't waiting at all. He giving if he don't see it, he gone. You know what I mean? And sometimes it's developed. It's there. Even on the we did a run pass option. He dumped it off to Deshaun. If he'd have looked up top, Marcus Robinson was wide open. Fitz already dropped down, and the safety was dropping to the 3rd. He just let him go across. He was wide open. I don't think it's just hard to grade him on that end. But overall, to me, they get an A plus.
They get an A+++++ because JK can't run through the hole without them. You can be as bad as a back as you want to be. Them guys up front got paid. Like I said, to have Cam Hayward and TJ Watt, you running the football right at them like that, man. Like, yeah. And Miles Jack and Devin Bush in the middle. And you dominate again. Yeah, the pass blocking was okay. You only gave up 2 sacks. Especially with a backup quarterback, could have been a whole lot more. So they didn't really have a lot of opportunities to pass block, but they did their thing. And so they get an A triple plus.
2 sacks and 12 pass attempts. Okay.
They got 2
sacks and 12 pass attempts though.
It could have been a lot more, but hey, it is what it is. Go ahead, AJ.
I got 2 grades for the offensive line. I'm gonna give them 2 because in the run game, man. I mean, we looked at it was just solid, and I don't know about y'all, but to me, it looks like the old line is in sync when Stanley is out there. It looked like when he back, it just looked like they just step up and they in sync. Interior Powers, I would say probably is our best pulling guard. We pull him a lot. He looks good, and of course, Lindenbaum, man, he gets to that second level, man. He opens it up. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, shout out to TCC and Ben Cleveland. They came in, stepped up. Morgan Moses, he was doing this thing. But in the past game, like Hindu said, when the other team is just only rushing four and they able to just get consistent pressure, I mean, something is wrong, and it looked like it's coming mainly upfield from the tackle side. You know what I'm saying? And they just able to get in there. But you could blame it on the quarterback, blame it on the line. But I get them a B and and passing A and run. That's just what I look at.
All right, now we're going to the defense. The interior D line. Go ahead, Shannon.
Um, I'll give them a B. Like I said, I feel like the defense as a whole played well, besides certain breakdowns in on the back end. But yeah, I'll give the defensive line a B because if I wasn't mistaken, I heard when they were talking about the Steelers' win streak, they had like over 100 yards. How many rushing yards did we give up Sunday?
30 gave up total.
Yeah,
No more than like 50.
Like 50, 53.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, yeah, they get a B for me because I think, like I said, before the game came on, I thought I seen something about the Steelers in their past 3 games. They had ran for X amount of yards, and I didn't know what to expect. I thought they were going to like try to run the ball down our throats and test us that way. We've been great at stopping the run pretty much most of the year, and I feel like they did a good job with that. Attempting to make the Steelers one dimensional. So I'll definitely give them a B.
Go ahead, Hindu.
Defensive line, I'll give him an A. They control the line of scrimmage. Calais Campbell with his limited snaps, he's playing highly efficient. Matabike finally shined, even though he got that BS call on that roughing the passer. Broderick Washington, he's my surprise for the season. Like, I don't know if he's getting the credit that he's due, but I think he is our most consistent performer on the defensive line. So I give him an A.
Go ahead, Cam.
I'm gonna give him an A+. I don't know how many we're gonna be able to keep after the youngest are gone. I don't know if we're gonna be able to keep Broderick and Matabike because they both came in at the same time. I know we got one more year with them, but they are definitely like I said, other than that, like Endo said, other than that BS call, but they did everything. They gave interior pressure. They did their numbers, man. If you holding
Najee.
I can't even think of his name. If you holding Najee to only 33 yards for the game, you did your thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give him A+. Definitely.
I'm gonna give him an A+ as well because, like I said, they stopped the run first and foremost. That's what Pittsburgh wanted to do. Najee basically was taking out the game. So, and then they got pressure, like they said, they was getting constant pressure on Kenny Pickett. That's why he got knocked out. Even Mr. Trubisky, it just got away a couple times, but it was just he never was really comfortable. That's why he kept throwing those interceptions. Part of it, because he was getting constant pressure. So I get him an A+. Go ahead, AJ.
I give him an A. I've been saying it, man. Shout out to Bradley Washington. Like I told you, we need to move him to corner, man, because he out there swatting passes, man. We need to move him to defensive back and get Brandon Stevens off the field. Because Bradley Washington out there, he be swatting passes and all that, man. He gets interior pressure. Matabike is just, he's that guy. He just goes out there. You never really hear him talk. He's quiet. He just go out there and work, man. He just come to play, every game. And I respect that. I like that. He just come out there and do his thing. CC was out there, doing his thing, and Jones was out there doing his thing. I give him an A, man. Overall, they was just physical. We all know that in them trenches, that's where it's real at. You can look at anything else, but when you in the trenches, you get to contact every play. So we know it's real up there, man. I like the way they perform, so I'm gonna go ahead and give them an A.
Okay, all right.
Did Travis Jones play?
Huh?
Did Travis Jones play?
Yeah, he played. Yeah,
he played.
Had a
He was in the
couple.
game?
Yeah, he played. No, he played. He part of the reason why a lot of jokers couldn't get to that middle.
Right.
Every time he was over the center, no. No, he ain't gonna be.
He played it all right.
You know,
Outside linebackers, edge rushers. Go ahead, Shannon.
You said edge rushers.
Yeah, outside linebackers. Thank you.
I want more from them. I just want more. Like I said, they'll get a C because they're part of the group project, and overall, I think the defense as a whole did great. But I want more from them. I don't know with the defense and the pass rush. I don't know if it's the players or the scheme. Like I don't know what it is. But I just want more from them.
Okay, what grade do you give?
A C.
Okay, C. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead, Hendo.
I'll give him a B. I think that ever since Tyus Bowser came back off that injury, he's been balling. I know he missed that sack, but we all seem to do that. Haven't heard much from Justin Houston recently, but I think we're saving him for the playoffs. To me, the grade would be a little bit higher because JPP is out there balling. He may be limited physically and talent-wise, but you can tell he's giving his all to this team. He's out there playing defensive line, outside linebacker. He's doing everything that he can. It's just that the only disappointment is that Odafe Owe. They would get a high grade if it wasn't for him.
Don't give AJ no ammo, yo.
Oh, my bad. My bad.
You just turned this show into like oh my God.
Hello. And don't put the battery in Joker's back. He put the battery in AJ back. Put the battery in Shannon back. Shannon giving low grades. He giving the lowest grades ever. Oh my God.
And that's my fault.
You got us attention out, Hendy, but that's okay. Go ahead, Kev.
I'm gonna give him a B. Oh, they did. I mean, they did what they had to do, man. JPP is playing out of his mind right now. Like him stopping the run is ridiculous. Like you're not running on him. You're not running that way. He's setting the edge. I'm nowhere near as hard on OA as y'all are. Like I said, when's the last time we had an outside linebacker come in and in his first 2 years and really show face? Like Tyus Bowser didn't really show up until his fourth season. So I'm giving him some time.
Hey, Cam.
Huh?
Was Tyus Bowser a first round pick?
He was a second round.
Oh, okay.
Please, push that once we finish. I give him a B. They on top of that, I think that with the Pittsburgh scheme, I think they were trying to hit quick throws more than anything. So you're not gonna really get in there like you need to. So they were doing that last year with Big Ben. You know, the same offensive coordinator. He's doing the same thing. So that ain't changed. I give them a B plus, like all things considered. Like they said, they got pressure. They just whipped on a couple of them. Trubisky got away a little bit, but that constant pressure led to a couple interceptions. So, you know, I'll give them a B plus. Go ahead, AJ. Go ahead, AJ. Take your time. I know what you want to get up.
I'm go ahead. I'll give him a B plus, man, because man, JPP, you heard his name like on every play almost, man. He was out there balling, man. I mean, he like, you know, it's like you said, he's not in the best shit. Like he's limited physically, but he still holds that presence on that edge. You know, he can get in the backfield. You know, he on the little heavier side, man. You look at him, he looked real heavy in that uniform, man. So he definitely put on some pounds, but he goes out there and play. You know, Tyus Bowser, he doing this thing. You know, we had a couple missed tackles. I feel like where they could have, you know, got it back there, got the quarterback down numerous times. We had a couple missed tackles. Like you said, Justin Houston, I believe we're going to preserve him a little bit. We're going to unleash him. Malik Harrison, I really didn't see him too much at outside linebacker, play a lot. But, you know, somebody said it yesterday. I ain't even going to say it. I'm going to keep it short. But when I was on the page yesterday, somebody said, man, Odafe Owe is a bust. And I just was like, I mean, you know, I mean, it's nothing I can say. Like I said, I'm more disappointed in it.
You itching to reply, so don't lie. You itching to reply.
I'm good. I'm letting go.
I'm not. You can't tell what AJ.
I'm more disappointed in EDC for drafting him more than I am in Odafe. But yeah, he ain't. You know, I'm just gonna leave it at that. He's just another guy on the roster. That's all.
So what's your grade? B?
I give him a B plus.
Okay, B plus.
Ha
Let's
B
go.
plus. Haha.
Let's go middle linebacker. Go ahead, Ken.
Middle linebacker, they get an A. I don't know if it's a better duo in the NFL right now than Patrick Queen and Quan Smith. Um, I don't. It's like it's nothing to say. Like A plus. They did excellent.
Go ahead, Hendo.
I give him an A plus. I think that Roquan and Queen changed the complexity of the game because without them, Trubisky might have threw for 300 yards, a couple touchdowns, and that Patrick Queen. I know y'all think I hate him, but I think his interception was more difficult than the Roquan Smith one. And like I said, for him, I just think he needs to get out of his head and just play. Stop thinking so much and just let that athleticism shine. And I think Roquan has allowed him to do that. Listen, if we can keep them both next year, I suggest that be the move because
that's what I hope. That's what I actually hope you do.
Yeah, because he's listen. Roquan Smith unlocked something in Queen. I don't know his fear of his losing his job or giving him some inside knowledge, but he opened something up in that dude, and he's been playing a lot better.
Agreed. Go ahead, Cam.
I'm gonna give him an A plus. Definitely because Roquan is everything that everything plus more. Everybody just thought he just had a lot of sacks, a lot of tackles because he's on a bad team. Nah, that boy can ball, man. A lot of people say that.
Oh,
I
forget this the Twitter world, not real football.
Yeah, what people like. Right. They say foolishness. They ain't looking at football. They just going by whatever they read or whatever they heard. You know what I mean? But definitely, if we can keep them both, I was listening to the interview today. Marlon said they was asking about both of them. Marlon said that I think it really helped PQ because he felt like he had a lot on him. Because no knock on Josh Bonds. It's just the fact that even playing on the weak side, he still felt like he had a lot on his plate to to cover because Bonds got it mentally, but his body just ain't moving like it used to. It's just what it is. So now you got somebody that's got the same speed you do, that knows the game better than you do, just to be honest, because he's played the linebacker position longer than you have. You know what I mean? And then he's still young and telling you how to fly around. You know what I mean? And when Marlon says he's like, yo, he got an old soul, like an uncle. He always talking, always telling. So you need somebody that's gonna communicate on the defense like that. He's the true Mike linebacker. So I'll definitely give him an A plus.
Man, I plus 6. Just add 6 plus times 6. They dominated the game. They took. I just wish we would have made this trade a little early.
The off season when he requested it.
I don't think Chicago wanted to give it to us.
Right. They weren't trying to trade him initially.
Yeah, we know. They got forced to it, but I'm just figuring because this record would be a lot different.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Wins, but they just dominated the game of both runs. Them. The old line of running back won this game for us, so they get an A plus times 6. I'm gonna say that. Go ahead, AJ.
I'm gonna give him an A plus, man. I think with Roquan, man, when he came there, he asked, he was like, Patrick Quinn, you went to what school? I went to LSU. Nah, that's DBU, man. I went to Georgia. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna show you how we play. I'm gonna show you how we play at Georgia at linebacker. You know what I'm saying? I think that might have sparked something in Quinn. You know what I'm saying? You got a guy who, young, two young, fast guys, and one is we already know is more mentally. He has it, and like I said, I always said this about Queen. Queen just plays so fast that he runs himself out of the plays a lot. He didn't have it intellectually. He kind of reminded me of Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook, he just moves so fast. He just don't. His body is, he moving so fast. His mind is just out of tune. You know what I'm saying? He's just going, and which causes mistakes and and all that type of stuff. But I mean, they look good together, and I like it, and of course I like my boy Malik Harrison. You know what I'm saying? I kind of wanted him to get a good hit on Najee Harris. Malik Harrison, man, that's my guy, man. I wanted him to go ahead and pop Najee one time, but he definitely get an A plus for me, man.
Let's go to the secondary, the DBs. Go ahead, man.
Well, they get a C minus.
Hey.
And that's really me being nice because again, overall defensively, I feel like we did good. They were the weakest link, right? but I'm gonna grade on the curve and I'm gonna give them a C- because, yeah, I mean, because
It works to
they
Hendo.
gave up a lot of big plays. They could have cost us the game, but we didn't lose the game. But it was a lot of blown coverages going on back there. Marlon Humphrey basically took accountability for it after the game. So it was not, he basically said everything that we could say about how he played. Yeah, I'm just being nice. So I'm going to give them a C- tonight.
Go ahead.
All pro Marlo. I'm
Yeah.
gonna give a secondary a D plus.
Damn.
D plus. I'm not nice like Shannon. Like,
Hey, you already rubbed off on it, Hendo. I mean, come on.
I didn't rub off on her. Listen, we did a show together before, and
I graded him on the curve.
we did a show together before, and she looked at me and was like, "Oh, you tripping? I'm giving them all this, so don't put it on me." But they get a D plus only because of the fact of everybody was clamoring. Look, once we get Marcus Williams back, once we get Whiff Hamilton back, it's going to be different. It wasn't, and if it wasn't for Queen and it wasn't for Roquan, that secondary would look a lot worse than it was. They took the middle linebackers turned the tide of the game because Mr. Trubisky came off the bench. People keep forgetting that he came off the bench and was just going down the field on them.
Yeah.
So, and for me, this isn't the first time that this has happened. Like, this secondary has not been good all year long. We've just played some really bad teams. And once again, if Matt Canada actually had a real game plan coming into this game, the passing yardage would be a lot worse. So yeah, they almost blew it for us.
Go ahead, Ken.
I'm gonna give him a C, but damn, I'm only look. This is why I'm giving a sort of a pass. I understand Marlon took a lot of the blame, but and this is still credit to what's my man Pickens?
George Pickens.
Yeah, he's nice. I'm gonna give him that. But that motherfucker can push off, and he's smooth with it. You can't catch it unless you're really looking. Both of those deep passes, he pushed off at the right time. He does it like I don't know who he learned from, but they taught him the right way because it's something that I remember Steve Smith used to always say. Who was he telling? He was telling I think he was telling Bateman when he came in, like you know how he does the interviews for NFL. He said you wait till the ball get right there and you pop him in the hip, or you stiff him, but you make it quick, like you can't see it. And unless you see it in the replay, you're not going to catch it. Like that first one, he stopped. When you ever see Marlon stop in his tracks, like he can't keep up with him, and Marlon keeps up with everybody. And even when he had good coverage on him, he just like the dude is for a big dude. He kind of a freak of nature, man. He contorting his body to make the catch. So I'm gonna give him a little love. I mean, but some of those calls, bro, was like the refs was in the back pocket, bro. Like the pass interference both ways, that was foolish.
Mm-hmm.
I'm only giving two. I only really give two passes that Marlon got on. It was one when Pickens came back, and he caught it, and he caught it on the back shoulder, and the one when Johnson beat him, he wiggled him and he got loose on him. That was the only two I'm gonna give him. Other than that pass interference down there by the end zone, like the pass interference put them on both times, interpersonal fouls, put them in right in the red zone. Even the one on Marcus Peters, it was like right in the red zone.
Mm-hmm.
Like how you get headbutted right in front of the ref, but the ref called it on you. Like I understand, the second man get caught, but damn, man,
Right
here. You understand what I'm saying? That's why I give him a C. And I do agree. Like if it's not one thing, it's another. If it's not the outside that's playing bad, it's the inside playing bad. And I don't know. It's just one of those times.
Yeah, coach. Yeah,
Yes, it was.
Yeah,
You're right.
I give him a C plus. The thing what I say last show, like fundamentals, bro. Fundamentals. All Marlon had to do was get his hands on George Pickens at the line of scrimmage That gives Marcus Williams time to get over the top. But no, he slept on George Pickens. Oh, he not a burner. He's just a big body receiver. Okay, cool. He went up and embarrassed. Get checked like him and Marcus Peters. Show me what this. Stop sleeping on your opponent. They do that. If they're not playing like Jamar Chase or Tyreek Hill, where they gotta give them respect, they get left with they technique, and it kills me. That's why the players give it up. All he had to do was just get his hands and jam them, and that gives you safety the time to get over the top. The second time he did it, that's how Marcus Williams was able to get over the top and get the pick. Because that's what Hendo, that extra second too makes a difference.
Well, that Marcus Williams pick, Trubisky threw it right to him. He didn't.
He did on his own too.
Maul wasn't perfect, but Marlon did get his hands on it, and it slowed Pickens up where he couldn't go up, and still make a play on it.
Yeah.
So, it's just
that was on Pickens. That was on Johnson.
That was on Deontay Johnson.
Yeah.
Either way, the technique was a lot better on that. But go ahead, AJ.
I'm gonna give him a C, and like I had mentioned it, Marlon. A lot of people gave Marlon, they was a lot of people was upset at Marlon, but like I said, Marlon been balling all year, man. And it ain't like he been checking bums. I mean, Stephon Diggs, we played the Bills. There was no touchdown there. You know what I'm saying? Marlon has still not allowed a touchdown. A couple of receptions, big plays, yeah. But like I said, at practice, who is he going against? Aaron's supposed to sharpen Aaron. Who is he at practice? Who giving him some work, like to really be like, yo, like show let's go to work. We don't have nobody who really giving him work to practice against. So really on game day, that's really when he get he get in his bag. But I agree with you, JP. Physically, you got to put your hands on him, man. And we know Marlon is physical. I mean, really, he wear that 44 sometimes. He looked like a linebacker in it. But like I said, the safety helped. I would say the safety was late. I think it was Chuck Clark, if I'm not mistaken. And the same thing happened with Peters. I'm like, Chuck be getting to these zones too late, man. I don't know if he's just not fast enough or what, but he just get over there too late. And as you could see, and we talked about it, JP, the cornerback try to pass you off, but Chuck don't be getting there. And I think that's what happened to Marlon. Marlon know he had help, so he like, I got help over the top, but it's just that you're not getting there. And then I look at it like this. I mean, I understand Kyle Hamilton, he a big guy, physical. They had him out there playing a little bit of corner, a little bit on Deontay Johnson. I'm like, what are y'all doing? You know what I'm saying? They had him out there at corner, and I'm like, on certain packages, I just feel like, honestly, you got to just drop Chuck Clark in the box and put Hamilton over, because with that length, if he don't got the speed, he got that length to where either he could tip the ball, or he got the height where the quarterback has to throw it a certain way, and it's just going to impact the play. So I feel like, you can't just leave him out there and think him, he can line up against a wide receiver and go one-on-one. He lost his foot in a little bit, but we seen what happened. If it's against the tight end, I'll take it. But, I say drop Chuck down and let Hamilton cover on certain plays. Because like I said, just that height and that length, he's able to change how the quarterback going to throw the ball. And he could jump. Chuck Clark, he ain't got no ups to go get the ball. And then I trust Chuck Clark more on the blitz, because he could get through there. He got that size and a little wiggle where he could get through there and get down there. But I give him a C. Marlon, every cornerback in the league, man, that's just a position where you gonna have your day. That was Marlon day. I mean, he still ain't give him no touchdown. So to me, I look at it like this: you gave him a play, but you didn't give him no touchdown. Hey, I take that all day.
Yeah, I kind of didn't understand the hate he was getting this week, because I was like, he hasn't been playing bad this year. I know last year it was kind of an off year, but overall we haven't had a lot of up and down or inconsistency from Marlon. Like, he's been the same type of guy the whole time. So like I said, I appreciated him taking accountability for this week, but I didn't understand everybody coming down on him. Like, he's been balling.
He definitely has.
It's Ravens fans.
That's
how they are.
Special teams. Go ahead, Shannon.
I'll give him a B. Give him a B. Nothing. They did everything they needed to do during the game. I don't feel like they cost us. I can't remember. Think of it. I don't remember anything crazy happening. Yeah, I'll give him a B.
Okay. Go ahead. Hendo.
I give him an A plus. For the simple fact that Justin Tucker just became the Ravens' all-time leading scorer. So shout out to him. That's enough said.
I'm gonna give them an A. They almost. I didn't like that kick return on from Pittsburgh. They just gotta tighten up on certain just little things, but they always come to play. I give them an A. I give them an A. Plus, Calais had the block field goal, so
Oh yeah.
I give them an A. That was the coordinators out there. He said that he told them to do the swim and try to get right down the middle for them. They wasn't expecting.
Mhm.
I mean, A plus times 8. Like I said, block punt. I mean, block field goal. Excuse me. Out for 9 points as usual. So, hey, they A plus times 8. Not like I said. What it is.
Yeah, man, A plus. Shout out to my boy Justin Tucker. Like I say this all the time. Really, without Justin Tucker, we don't know where we would be as Ravens fans. Because without him, I mean, honestly, we wouldn't. We don't know where we'd be at. I would like to see Duvernay off. Kick returns and all of that though, especially if we're gonna be using him. I mean, put Justice Hill back there. He could return some kicks and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, kick returns are like how they used to be, so really ain't no need to be honest. But I would just like to see him off it. You know what I'm saying? Because we definitely gonna need him. So yeah.
Okay. All right. We'll start with good, bad, ugly moments of the game. Go ahead.
The good. You guys just mentioned Justin Tucker becoming a leading scorer. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, but shout out to him. So that's good. Also winning the game. It wasn't. We didn't blow them out. It wasn't anything crazy. But anytime you can beat the Steelers by 1, 2, or 22, it's a good day. And I give the poise of the quarterbacks. Like I don't feel like Huntley or what's his name, Anthony Brown.
Mhm.
I don't feel like either one of them looked nervous for the moment. They both came in and did what they needed to do. So yeah, that'll be my good. The bad, the passing game, the offensive play calling. It doesn't really matter who's at quarterback. We have turnovers, fumbling balls, whether we recover them or not, is still happening. Yeah, I don't, a lot of stuff I don't understand. I feel like once we cross the 50, Greg Roman doesn't really know what to do as far as play calling. Like, I just don't understand it. We can move the ball up and down the field. We can get there, but it's like when we get to the point of scoring, when I get that alert on my phone and say the Ravens are in the red zone, it's like they don't know what to do at that point. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just tired of the offense altogether. Like, that's why I'm one that says, what is getting a wide receiver going to do if we still calling the same simple-minded plays and doing dumb things at the wrong time? I just don't get it. And the ugly again is injuries. It seems like we can't shake the injuries at all. And the penalties. The penalties this game was really, 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 really ugly.
Yeah. All right, go ahead, Hendo.
My good, of course, as usual, we won the game. We stayed right at the top with Cincinnati because it may come down to week 18 for us. Luckily, and I hate the team watch, they got a game against Buffalo. So that might be the difference. The bad is the quarterback attrition. We shouldn't have to worry about our third string quarterback coming into the game this late in the season. Once you see your starting quarterback go down, you need to take precautions with whom you have out there. And listen, I know that's Greg Roman's stick, and that's the only thing that he really can do. But stop running him. Like once you see Huntley's not sliding, stop running him. And my ugly is going to be, it's not pretty, it's not perfect, but it's us. And it's that mantra that Harbaugh keeps putting out there that's tricking Ravens fans into believing this is how this team should be. Everybody's eating it up. Yeah, you're right. It's not pretty. It ain't perfect. It's just us. It's Baltimore. It's gritty. No, you just promoting bad football is what you're doing. It's like we're that cartoon with that leaky faucet and they put their hand on it, then it bursts somewhere else, and they put another hand on it and it just keeps bursting in other places. So I think we just need to get out of that mindset of it can be better. It can look better. We can be more efficient, and he can coach better, and he can most definitely get his assistant coaches to coach better. So that's the ugly for me.
Go ahead,
Let me ask you. Can I ask you a question real quick before I go on? I just want to know what you, as far as like, I'm asking all y'all, like with Tyler Huntley when he got hit, that wasn't a design run, that was an RPO, correct? That wasn't the first time he got mauled either.
It wasn't.
The other time it was for pass play, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
If you're the coach, what you tell? I mean, I know you want him to play his game, but what you gotta tell him?
Slide. Get down. But look, bro, we listen. We got this undrafted rookie behind you. Get down.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I understand you blaming it on Greg because I bet you they probably told him, but I bet you he didn't listen.
I mean, I'm not blaming Greg, but we need to emphasize, like, yo, bro, you are what we have left. Yeah. And I don't trust Harbaugh, so we really don't know if Lamar's coming back. So it's like, bro, chill out. Because if Lamar don't come back, we can't go in the playoffs with Anthony Brown.
Right. The good is obviously we won. That's all we should be good. But as far as the team is concerned, since we got Roquan, man, I think we number 2 as far as scoring defense, 13.4. Like we number 1 in damn near every other category, which is like the second half of the season. I appreciate the fact that the value of the inside linebacker seems to be changed because of the system that he's in with us. Tighten up some other things. I really think the secondary is still not used to being in zone, bro. I think they're so used to playing locking up and playing man to man. It's a little, little shaky. But anyway, the bad is still like Shannon said, the passing game, and part of it I blame it on the coach. Another part I blame it on the fact that we don't have a star out there. So kind of like I'm getting what I expect. You know what I'm saying? That really is actually that's probably the ugly. The bad is just that sometimes the ugly is really when sometimes I get on here, not with y'all. I'm talking about when I hear Ravens fans just be talking stupid, like we got loser swag. Like we've been around for how long? 26 years, and you can name another team that's been around, including the Texans, that's got 2 rings already. Like the Jets have been around. They ain't seen it. I'm in Jersey. The Jets ain't seen the ring since God knows. I told my cousin, so you can leave, bro. You can leave. It's a bad relationship. You can leave, my man. I left when I was a kid. You can leave, bro. You ain't got to stay there. I left the Giants. We was getting rings. You can leave. If it don't fit you, leave. You know what I'm saying? So the loser swag got to stop, man. Because I see, like, if you don't like, when people say something, if you don't like Lamar, just say you don't like Lamar. You know what I mean? Don't make, he can't throw and all types of shit. And just be talking me off the ledge because I'll be wanting to go ham on jokers, but you know what I mean? It's just because you got to give me some facts. Don't just, like, you see how we sit here and talk? Give me some facts. Like, everybody got an opinion, but y'all giving facts. Jokers just start talking, they ain't giving me no facts. All you saying is, like, you just don't like the dude. And I'm trying to figure out why they don't like him. Because we ain't never had nobody like this. This is the best quarterback we ever had.
You want to know why, Cam?
I know part of the reason.
Well, not that part.
That's my reasoning. That's gonna be my reasoning.
But the other part of the reason that they want to say they don't like Lamar is they're trying to put in this built-in excuse for why we won't pay him. Because we've been brainwashed as Ravens fans to kind of lowball people when it comes to offering contracts. Lamar's not worth that money. Lamar crazy to think, look at his numbers. But as you said, he's the most dynamic player on offense that we have ever had. He's the most polarizing figure. Now, keep it going, he may surpass Ray Lewis. But as Ravens fans, we're trying to quell that disappointment of if he leaves. Because I guarantee you, all the people that love Lamar now, if he goes to another team, he wasn't worth the money. His stats wasn't that good. Like, they're going to switch up on him because we have been brainwashed as Ravens fans to say, listen, that man don't deserve that money.
Well, you done with your good, bad, and ugly, Cam?
I'm done.
The good, the running backs and the offensive line and the middle linebackers, flat out, they won the game for us, and special players for us. The bad, Tyler Huntley getting hurt. You know what I mean? So that was the bad. And the pass rush could do a little bit more. The ugly, the penalties, coaching, fast play calling, and like it was everything was just short and immediate. All the routes going to the same side of the field. Harbaugh, instead of taking the field goal, he went for it and they called a jet sweep that got Bible. Like I don't know why. And the ugly, the DBs just get the cook. I called out, said it was let Mr. Trubisky come off the bench, pick the splinters out of his ass and just pick us apart. Throwing him a couple of interceptions. That's my deal. All right, I got our closing remarks and we'll get out of here. Go ahead, Shannon.
Did you get AJ? You skipped AJ.
My bad. I'm so sorry, AJ. Yeah, my bad. You know,
Hey man, used to me being on here, man. I've been away for a little bit driving, man, but I'm back. I'm back for the day. But of course, my good is we won the game. Shout out to Justin Tucker again. Shout out to J.K. man. He looked good. Shout out to Ronnie Stanley. All of those pointing in the right, good direction. Roquan Queen. Those guys who was figures. On that what we did to win. All that was good. The bad, I'm going to go with, of course, um, not taking the points. You know what I'm saying? And play calling. Here's the thing, and Shannon mentioned it, and this is for John Harbaugh and this is for Greg Roman. Situational awareness football that we need to understand in order to sustain drives, in order to convert these drives, in order to stay in the game or win them. We have no clue on what we're doing. So that's my bad, and missed tackles. It was some tackles that we should have just. I was like, come on, man, I got to tackle. It was, a couple missed tackles I didn't like, penalties and all of that. The ugly, as I say, week in and week out. I don't know how Greg Roman is still employed. I don't know how John Harbaugh. It's like you said, Ravens fans they keep feeding into this, and I just keep telling people, John Harbaugh is the Doc Rivers of the NFL. So I'm just gonna go ahead and say that.
back.
I don't really trust everything he says. I mean, these, and our fans, just to talk about it a little bit, our fans just they eat up everything. They like to call Lamar trash. They just, they believe everything that Harbaugh says and this, that, and the third. But it's it's more to it than that, and it just goes to the ugly side. Like Greg Roman play calling is just it's still the same. It don't matter who the quarterback is. We see what's gonna happen. We said we want wide receivers, but my thing is, for what? We don't use them. What they gonna come in the game every other play? Um, and that's just ugly. I'm sick of saying that week in, week out. We only throw to the right side of the field. We only throw to the right or the middle, never to the left. No deep shots. And honestly, we don't know what we have at wide receiver because we don't use them. So I mean, that's just ugly for me week in and week out. And in order for us to to keep moving forward, some things got to change. And if not, I believe we'll get the same results. But that's just my assessment.
Okay, that's good. So, go ahead, Shannon. Give me your closing remarks.
Obviously, thank you guys for having me again this week. Um, this is something I just heard this a couple hours ago. It was a segment, and I don't know if you guys saw it or not. It was a segment that Colin Coward did, and he was talking about Tua and Herbert. Did you guys catch that?
No, I
Mm-mm.
don't have either. He's
So I happened to see it on Facebook. I saw the clip, but basically overall, what he was trying to he was saying that you can learn a lot about a quarterback when everything doesn't go right, right? And I feel like, and I'm saying this because we just talked about being brainwashed into saying what Lamar doesn't deserve, right? I don't necessarily think that a lot of people feel like he doesn't deserve to be paid. Like, get your money. Like, it's not coming out of our pockets at all. I think that where fans come in at is when we look at the lack of postseason success, right? Every time we talk about Lamar, we talk about 2019, he won MVP, right? And then we talk about what else he needs. And I just feel like it's not about what he needs more or less than calling the right plays and executing the plays when it's called. So I don't feel like I don't feel like Lamar is a quarterback who needs everything to go right for him to succeed is my point. That's why I mentioned the Colin Coward part, because the way that I hear people talk about him sometimes is like he needs this, he needs that, he needs this. Last thought. Jalen Hurts is probably going to win MVP this year, right? And you guys, I'm pretty sure you feel like, I don't know, he might not, but right now he's at the top of most people's list.
Yeah,
He might not win, but he's at the top. He's just like Russell Wilson and Lamar was in 2019. If y'all remember, Russell Wilson was also in that conversation in 2019. Yeah. Do you not think that the Eagles have a better roster right now than the Ravens had in 2019?
Hell yes.
Right. So in my opinion, that makes Lamar a better quarterback than Jalen Hurts. Because I see so many people, particularly Eagles fans in these groups, that say Lamar needs this, Lamar needs that. The Ravens aren't doing X, Y, Z for Lamar. And I'm just saying, I feel like Lamar, as hard as I might be on him, I feel like he's special enough where we don't need to be saying what he doesn't have and what he needs, because he still wins. We talk about that's my kid. Sorry, we talk about all the wins that the Ravens have had since he's been there. They got to account to John Harbaugh. They got to account. It doesn't just go to Lamar. Like, everybody gets the same wins. I just don't like how we have that narrative about what Lamar needs, because we've seen Lamar win without it. Now, granted, can he use a top wide receiver? Sure. But if we're not going to use him the right way, then why waste their time? You know, I get tired of saying a guy make a play and he go on the sideline. You know, so it's annoying. But I said all that to say, I don't think that we're brainwashing into thinking that he doesn't need the money, but I feel like it's a contradiction when fans speak about what Lamar needs. Like, Lamar is a weapon himself. And if we can get him some more help, he probably would be great. But we've already seen him be great without that. So let's fix the play calling and utilize the guys that we have. Let's get some guys healthy. Like Bateman in the offseason last year, all we heard was Bateman was killing Humphrey in practice, right? Then he gets hurt. Now he's hurt again. Let's get some guys healthy. Let's focus on, and I'm not saying don't draft anybody or don't attempt to get a wide receiver. I just don't think that's the end all be all when it comes to our team and our offense and whether or not Lamar gets paid. Lamar is the weapon. Lamar is special. He's a special talent altogether. I just don't think we need to keep saying Lamar needs this, Lamar needs that. Lamar be doing the darn thing without all of that. Let's work on execution and better play calling before we start trying to bring Odell Beckham or anybody else in here to really shake things up. But that's all. I'm sorry to go on that rant, but when you started talking about we're brainwashing and thinking he shouldn't be paid, I'm like, no, I think everybody thinks he should be paid. It's just
they
how
don't.
much should it be guaranteed? Like, you know, like Michael Vick even said that, and I'm not, and he not that he matters, but he said that Lamar shouldn't take the max. Like, paying a quarterback, look at Aaron Rodgers. Like, they couldn't even keep Adams because they paid Aaron Rodgers $50-something million.
I'm gonna push back a little bit. They could have. Devontae said no. They matched the offer. He said no. So
I didn't know that. I didn't know they
matched the offer. It was more personal than business.
Oh, well, then never mind. Then I didn't know they
decided to leave because he said he didn't know what Aaron was going to do.
Right.
He didn't want to stay there.
Right. That's true. Aaron was
going
to let Hendo everybody. Then we can get up out of it.
But yeah, that's my rant. Sorry, y'all.
Go ahead, Hendo. Your closing remark.
I mean, that's a lot to unpack. Listen, everybody has their opinion. I just think, to what you said, it's not about what Lamar needs. It's about giving him help. Why should he be one of the top tier quarterbacks, one of the only top tier quarterbacks to have less help? And I think to that point, this is why he keeps getting injured, because he has to put so much of the team on his back himself. And I just think that from a coaching standpoint, we have failed him. We wanted to draft a team to fit Greg Roman's scheme when Greg Roman shouldn't have been here in the first place. Yes, 2019, amazing, outstanding, lovely. You have to give him credit for Lamar's MVP season. But if you look at his pattern, Buffalo, San Francisco, he always starts off red hot. And in every year, dissipation. Every year.
What did he say about him?
Hey, Steven on Django.
Right, and to that Vic point, like, he started working for a network and he switched up. Like,
yeah, he did.
Why is it that Lamar should take less when he's given the Ravens 4 years of a rookie contract and they didn't put anything around him? Now, you can say they added to the defense, but offensively, they didn't put anything around him. So if he takes a discount now, what's to say that's going to change? Because I don't think that it is. We have a philosophy of run the ball, play good defense. But even this year, to that point, we didn't run the ball particularly well in a lot of games. So is running the ball our identity? Because it's a lot of games we had to pass our way out of it. I just think that we need to find that happy median to where we get the right coaching, we get Lamar help. It's not about what he needs, it's about helping him take that next level. People ask me often, how good do I think Lamar is? And my honest answer is, I don't know, because we've never been able to put people on the field to see how well Lamar can really play. We don't know his strengths, his talents. All we see is run left, power O right, a deep shot here and there. So I don't know what Lamar can actually do because we've not given him the scheme nor the talent to fit what this man can do.
Go ahead, Ken. That's good. Shannon.
You want it? Y'all both making valid points. I think Steve Young said it best. He said that if you want to see how high a ceiling is, you got to give him something. And until we actually give him some toys, like that's what the Eagle fans are trying to give up to Lamar. If that's what they're saying, like you got, Hurts got AJ Brown, he got Smith, he got pieces. I'm mad at. I hope we still try to get Odell because we are limited right now. I mean, I know the play calling ain't gonna get any better right now. We gotta suck that shit up until the season is over. But damn it, I'm still trying to hopefully this man get a ring, and I hope they pay everything. Pull up the truck, man, because he has been our offense. It feel like looking at Lamar for these past 4 years. What was this, his fifth year? It's like if you think about basketball, think about how Michael Jordan and LeBron were in the beginning of their career. Like they had no help, and until you go someplace or until they decide to bring some people in, you're not going to get the pieces you deserve. Which in a passing league, I don't understand what the problem is, but that doesn't mean we can't run the ball. I mean, the Shanahan system, Fran run the ball just as much as we do, but they still got playmakers on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
So the excuses have to stop. Like just it is the play calling at the end of the day, but we still should be giving them something, man. That's it.
Okay, that's well. That's yeah. But counter on everything I just said. Shannon, I feel you. The reason why we all say that because it's nowhere in the world it's okay for Josh Allen to have Stephon Diggs. There's nowhere in the world it's okay for Jalen Hurts to have AJ Brown and Devontae Smith. Justin Herbert with Keenan and Mike Evans. We got Lamar here with, and I love Bateman, good guy. Bateman who can't stay healthy. Duvernay, who's a good receiver, but it's like, can he really be a 1 and 2? It's like, it's not. It's not fair. It's like let me use this analogy. Say if all of us was like siblings. Kendi, I'm gonna go with him because obviously he's old out in the truth.
That's ageism.
He gets all the good stuff. Everybody else get hand-me-downs and all that. Shannon, feel me? We all got. Someone use that analogy. It's like that with the quarterback. She's like, why he gotta throw the 4th and 5th round guys? And, everybody else going to Pro Bowl or future Hall of Fame. So it's like, and then we went had those similar numbers. No, he would have had a similar numbers if he had the similar talent. And yes, the play calling is an issue. That's why I say Greg Roman definitely has to go. It's just that simple because, like you said, that's why Hollywood wanted out. Because if he went out, somebody else that's more talented than him will have the same complaint. So you're right in that aspect, Shannon. So he definitely got to go. It's like Harbaugh just got to go ahead and stop the bleeding. As soon as the season, it's too late now because we ready to make a playoff play. The last game, whether it be Super Bowl, playoffs, whatever, you want to shake his hand, give him a drink, give him his termination papers, and go ahead and promote T. Martin or go somewhere else because it's not. And I'm gonna say this: we can't sleep on the Browns. We'll do the preview tomorrow, but I'm just gonna say we can't sleep on them. This is not a game that's extra stone like Deshaun. Looked like he getting his legs back, and that defense has been playing good lately. So he definitely can't go in there thinking it's a guarantee W. Go ahead, AJ.
Yeah, all of y'all made some valid points, and like I say this, and I say it again. Teams prepare for number 8. They do not prepare for Greg Roman's offense. They prepare for Lamar. They do not prepare when they watch film. And you hear the commentators talk about it. They look for Patrick Ricard and they look for Lamar Jackson. That's just what they watch. Um, and I tell people I can name thousands of quarterbacks that became before Lamar that was drafted in the first round and early in the first round who they were sent to be coming out of college to be from heaven, but when they got in the NFL, they were straight from hell. You know what I'm saying? Losing records, trash, couldn't adapt. I mean, they just wasn't it. Lamar is something special, man, and you don't come across talent like that, every so often. And it makes me sick how we have failed him, and it reminds me of LeBron James, when he first got to Cleveland, his early years
Oh,
when he
see,
was
y'all
there,
Ron is good.
and
Good.
they just, I mean, it was just the organization was just trash. But like I said, until Greg Roman is gone, and I hope this is the year that we can go all the way. But John Harbaugh just need to send him packing and send him back to the North Pole where he belong at, so he go start back making Christmas gifts or whatever he doing. Get him up out of there. But until then, man, it is what it is, and it's just sad to see that. Like you said, we name all these other top quarterbacks who are just good, but what makes them good? They have players to make them good. If you take away, Stephon Diggs from Josh Allen, what would he be? You
Y'all
seen what he was.
saw that movie, so it wouldn't be good.
Yeah,
True.
you seen what he was. If you take away Keenan Allen and Mike Williams, what I'm saying, from Justin Herbert, what are you gonna get? AJ Brown, look, he went to the Eagles, and you just automatically see how Hurts he just shot up and became that guy. And then credit to their offensive line. The offensive line is balling. They did have some injuries, but now they healthy, this year. But it's just sad that, you look at Lamar and it's just like he's just a one man show. You know what I'm saying? Everything is on his shoulders, and to be honest, without Lamar, who is the Ravens? I mean, now don't get man. Like I say, all credit due to Justin Tucker. I give him credit, but that's just my guy. Without him, we really wouldn't be nobody. But you just can't win the game off field goals. Have we done that? Yes,
Mhm.
but you can't do that every game. But it just sickens me that as far as play calling, we see it as fans, and I don't know what's Harbaugh's problem, but Roman is just he's done. That's just what it is.
I got a question.
Go ahead.
I keep hearing everybody say we need to get rid of Roman, but why don't we need to get rid of the guy that brought in Roman? Because he keeps bringing in Roman types.
I'm with that too.
With that too. I'm not. I mean, I know the record says when you've been coaching somewhere 15 years, you should have 100 something wins. Let's just be completely honest here.
Longevity.
I had 100 something wins, and you see he got 5. So I'm not. I'm not a John Harbaugh hater, but I'm not a John Harbaugh lover either. Yeah, but if it come to that, yes, because it almost happened before. Like, so yeah, he got to go to Tokyo.
I think if we get a ring, he can walk off.
So what about first round exit?
He got to go.
Yeah, he gonna be there.
Shannon?
Like I said, Doc Rivers of the NFL.
Sure.
I mean, he gonna be there, bro.
I want to hear Shannon answer.
What? If we want it done in the playoffs, and he doesn't fire Greg Roman, I think John Harbaugh's going to be fired. I think that Steve Bisciotti's probably growing tired of this whole situation. I mean, everybody likes to say that Lamar saved Harbaugh's job. So now this is going on year 5 of that extension, almost since this Lamar's 5th year. So yeah, I mean, if we don't make the playoffs, or if we have an early exit, I mean, I could see John Harbaugh being fired. Now, do I think that he deserved to be fired? No. I mean, I just feel like fire the offensive coordinator, and you can keep, I just feel like there's things he could do to keep his job. But if I had a vote, I would say no. But if he is fired, I wouldn't be surprised. You keep doing the same thing over and over. It's insanity. So I'm kind of on the fence about it. And I like John Harbaugh, but I like a few weeks ago I said this might be the first time I've said he might need to go. Because if you're like I said, he's a coordinator's dream because he lets his coordinators do their job. But if we at home can keep calling out the same things every week, why can't he? And it's hard for him to really fire coordinators. Like usually they just get promoted and then we get a new one. Like the only one he's fired was Cam Cameron, and that was 10 years ago. You
No,
know,
and Mark Trestman. And Mark
No,
Trestman.
yeah, he had
Did Trestman get fired?
Yeah.
he had to fire Trustman.
Did he go to the? Oh, he was on the
CFL.
Bears first, and then he came.
I don't
here,
even
right?
know how he got a job.
But they
He went to the
who came
CFL.
after him? Kubiak came after him, right?
Yeah.
No, that was before.
Before.
Kubiak was before Mark Trestman.
Was it Morning Wig?
I don't remember.
He was looking for something.
We've had so many offensive
Right, that's
coordinators.
what I'm saying. It's been a lot. I was just going to say I don't think he fired anybody since Cam Cameron, but if he's fired 2 or 3, then he can fire Greg Roman too.
Yeah. I mean, he ain't gonna have to. This contract ain't after this year. You just ain't gotta renew it.
That's what.
Well, then that's what you do. Don't renew.
The mutually part ways.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, that's the nice thing to say.
I mean, whether he stay, I'm good whether he stay or he go, man. But I just want to make sure I hope Lamar get what he deserves, and 2, we do need a new offensive coordinator, man. And I do hope it's within. If we do, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I would like to see T. Martin, or you don't want to see T. Martin?
No, it's gonna
No,
be
I
Craig.
do.
It's gonna be Craig Versteege.
You keep calling me out. You called my last house.
Craig Versteege. I called him Vander something, but his name is Craig Versteege.
If they do that,
He's one too, though. He's the assistant, isn't he?
Remember that name? He's
Right.
he's technically next in line.
yeah, if that happens, you can saw off my left hand. I refuse.
Don't say that, bro. This is John Harbaugh we talking about. Don't say that.
John Corcoran, I heard us talking about this too, yo.
Anyway, that's it. That's it for this episode, everybody, man. You know, thank y'all for tuning in, man. Like, you know, the chat was booming tonight. I'm gonna have to stay with the same time frame, man. Anything anybody want to say real quick, Shannon, before we get up out of here?
Nope, you ain't gonna cuss me out.
No,
I'm gonna cuss you out.
It don't gotta be football related. It don't gotta be football.
Why would we
No.
cuss you out?
No, but what I was about to respond to that comment, and because y'all have said it too. Like, how is he Doc Rivers? Like
Let me explain that real fast.
Yes,
Before you
please do. Yes.
The reason why is because think about it. Both of these guys, more so Harbaugh, but I'm gonna say this: they both have veteran players that are well respected in this Hall of Fame guys lead their team. They didn't have to do a whole lot. Let's be honest. One, he had KG Ray and Paul Pierce. Boom. What the hell Doc Rivers got to do? He can just sit there and just draw whatever. You know what I mean? They got everything. Harbaugh, same thing. He just grabbed the team that went 13-3 not too long ago. They had a bad year. Billy gets fired, but that nucleus is still there. Only thing different, I will give John Harbaugh this. He told him to get Flacco. That was the difference. I will give him credit for that. That helped tremendously. But other than that, the nucleus, he didn't have to do a whole lot. Both of them didn't have to do a whole lot, and they both only won 1 championship when they should have won more. So that's why they get a lot of comparison.
Oh, and don't forget fumbled the team's talent years after that.
Yeah, but that's why they always get compared to, and I completely agree.
Go ahead, cuss us out, Shannon.
No. what I was gonna say was this, and this is how I feel, and I nothing but respect for Ray, Ed, Terrell Suggs, and everybody that was. We know who was here before John Harbaugh came. But can y'all explain to me how you ignore? Because I'm sure everybody's been Ravens fans before 2008, right? I'm sure everybody was a fan before that. How can you not, unless you're just saying his message has grown old and you're tired of him? How can you not acknowledge what John Ball has brought to Baltimore football? We had all those great players, like all of you just said. We had all these leaders, and he didn't have to do anything. So why didn't we win more with them? Why didn't we? How many playoff games? How much postseason success did we have?
Ryan Billett was too attached to Cal Bowler. That's simple.
That set us back years.
That's just that simple. It's like that was the only. Everything else was good. It was
so just to be clear, y'all are really saying that when John Harbaugh came, since he's come in 2008. He's done nothing to put his on Baltimore.
Oh no! You're not saying that. No.
Okay.
Listen,
I want to be clear. Now, if you're saying
category with these.
No, I just want to be clear because y'all was saying, because y'all was like they were already here and they were established. I'm just trying to figure out they were established, and Ray Lewis was the only one that had won a Super Bowl. So I'm just trying to figure out what were they doing before 2008 to make y'all just be like John Harbaugh did nothing when he came. Like he did something. Y'all might be tired. 15 years, y'all might be tired of it, That's okay.
I
But
will say that
don't
Shannon.
act like he just came
Oh,
in here and
Oh
just
no, he
rode
didn't. He came.
coattails of other people.
No, he came in here for time
And the
mismanagement,
reason why I'm saying
undisciplined.
I don't understand Doc Rivers
No,
is because
No,
Doc Rivers has been on the Celtics, the Clippers, and Philly. What other teams has John? He's our coach. He ain't been on a whole bunch of football teams.
I'm gonna say this, and then we're gonna wrap it up. He did bring discipline, though. He did bring discipline early on.
Oh, okay.
Chill out. Because he did, because Brian Billett let the veterans do what they want. He more so brought like that. Hey, you ain't with the team. He brought them more togetherness and brotherhood. Because he even told, remember, y'all know he told Ray, he's like, man, we'll cut the introduction if it's all about you. He knew how important it was. He did bring that. He brought something. He brought more of a philosophy. He brought more of a togetherness. I will say that. I'm not. Listen, nobody's saying he's a horrible coach, but we say he's not Michelin body either. That's what we're saying.
No, I ain't say he was that.
You know what's funny? I hear the same thing from Pittsburgh fans. If you talk about Sean,
I say both. Tomlin, you can say the same for Tomlin too, but at least Tomlin don't get in his own way. That's the only difference. Tomlin don't get in his own way. But they both set as because he took over a team that won a Super Bowl, and then Cowell retired. So they both took over really established programs and just had their own little niche to it. But you know, we say tomato, we say tomato, man. Everybody, great show, man. Great dialogue, man. I'll be back tomorrow. Like I said, Cam, AJ be here. Shannon and Hendo, y'all can join us if y'all want. I know y'all be busy, so if y'all want to, the invite is open to you guys. You ain't got to ask. You can just say, you can just pull up. So,
okay.
Yeah, tonight, sucker.
We're going to do a preview of the Ravens-Browns game tomorrow, break that down. So we'll see y'all tomorrow, same time, 6:30 Eastern. Everybody make sure y'all trade. That means talking Ravens all day, every day. From your host, Justin P., and my co-hosts, multiple one, Cam and AJ, and our special guest, Thank you for Shannon. We'll be back tomorrow, 6:30 p.m. We out.
And those schools, Ollie.